What's going on, you guys? So the Las Vegas Raiders, aside from playing the Falcons tonight, they've got some things on their plate, right? Like, don't know if Antonio Pierce is going to be back. Tom Telesco, if I was a betting man, maybe, maybe not. But they're probably going to be looking for a new head coach. They're probably going to be cleaning house this offseason, and we might be jumping the gun here. I will fully fledged. I'm going to admit it, okay? Basically is what I'm trying to say, that this video might be a little bit premature, but I would much rather get ahead of the curve rather than be behind it. And so I feel like the Raiders have themselves a couple of different head coaching candidates that could make some sense. And so we're going to go through our top 10 head coach candidates for the Raiders heading into 2025 and potentially and beyond. So number one, I think it's pretty clear. Ben Johnson has been a lot of people's favorite to be the Raiders' new OC, or HC, excuse me, because right now he's the Lions OC. He's very creative in the Lions' play calling, and obviously their offense is explosive. He knows how to use what he has and has done that over the last couple of years. So Ben Johnson, I think, would make some sense. Also, Cliff Kingsbury has looked really good for the Commanders. I mean, you talk about getting a rookie quarterback in, and he's done it, right? Like, Kingsbury has done it with Kyler Murray, and I think he was there with Baker too. So I think it matters that history matters, and Cliff Kingsbury, with what he's done with a couple of quarterbacks, just in terms of being athletic and being able to spread the ball around, making an offense that goes to their strengths, is huge. And so I think Cliff Kingsbury could be getting some head coaching interviews potentially from the Raiders, especially if they go after Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. Number three, Brian Flores from the Minnesota Vikings. So with what he's done this year with the defense, 2 years ago it was arguably the worst defense in the league, and now, it's number one in takeovers. It is super opportunistic. It can get sacks. Yes, has it taken a step back over the last couple of weeks? Yes, but at the same time, it's not like they've been just playing slappies out there. The Falcons are a respectable team. They can do some things offensively, but overall, I feel like Brian Flores has really made a case for him getting some head coaching looks. Also, at number 4, Mike Vrabel. So right now, he's the Browns' coaching and personnel assistant. Good Lord. But overall, I really feel like Mike Vrabel got done dirty with the Titans. He's a good defensive coach, and I think that as far as the franchise quarterback situation goes, it's one of the hardest things to figure out in all of professional sports, and so I don't necessarily fault him for that. I think he was 54-45 with the Titans. He's a good coach, and I think he deserves another shot. Number 5, Liam Cohen of the Bucks. He's the OC right now, especially with what he's done with Bucky Irving and Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans and some of those weapons. Like, yes, weapons do help you out, but it's the fact that Bucky Irving and a lot of these guys were largely unknown. He's revitalized that running game. He's made life a lot easier for Baker Mayfield, and yeah, he deserves some credit. Kellen Moore, the Eagles OC. Now, it did take a little bit to get this thing going, especially in the passing game, because you already had Saquon, but Kellen Moore has shown the ability to be a shot in the arm for some offenses, and the Eagles are definitely in that category as well. Now, Deion Sanders, the Colorado Buffaloes HC or head coach. Right now, yes, a lot of the rumor and speculation is that if he does go, Shedeur is going to go with him, which makes some sense. But overall, I feel like Deion would be perfect for Las Vegas, especially his big personality, who he is as a coach, and the culture that he's built there. I think it would make a lot of sense for him to come to the Raiders. Joe Lombardi right now, who's at the Broncos OC, especially it's so important in today's NFL and today's age to have a quarterback that you can trust and at least develop him, and you can't tell me that Lombardi hasn't done that with Bo Nix. And I know that Sean Payton is clearly a big reason for that, but Joe Lombardi will be getting some looks, trust me. Joe Brady, the Bills OC. Everybody had the Bills just sucking this year, and with what they've done, especially with losing Stephon Diggs and all that, really not replacing him except for Keon Coleman, which, to a degree, Keon Coleman has been good, but at the same time, the fact that Joe Brady has done what he's done with what he has, it's really impressive. Aaron Glenn, the Lions DC. Now, I honestly, I don't know about Aaron Glenn. I think he's a really good coach, and I think largely the problem with what's happened with the Lions defense is the fact that injuries have really piled up. You lose Aiden Hutchinson right away throughout the year, plus a lot of your starters on the back end there are going out. So, you're going to get Alex Anzalone back, but the Lions defense has been shut down at times when guys are healthy, and I think that's really what you need to look more for with Aaron Glenn. I do think that he could be potentially a good coach for the Raiders if and when his time does come, but But overall, those are just a couple of the head coaching candidates. Obviously, Antonio Pierce, it's up for debate if you want to keep him right now. I don't necessarily put it all on him. I think that injuries are a part of it. I think that the fact that you didn't go after a real quarterback, arguably, other than Aiden O'Connell, obviously injuries have played a major role for the Raiders this year as well. But at the end of the day, if you want to go in another direction, I think there's some strong candidates. And I also support if you want to keep the course with Antonio Pierce, because I do think he is going to be a really good head coach, or at least a really good coach. Maybe a head coach, maybe not at this point. Who knows? But overall, let us know what you guys think about our top 10 head coaching candidates for the Las Vegas Raiders. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.